everybody, I'm the founder and welcome to my video. Today I have a guest with me. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sup, I'm the ninja, and I live here now, and if you have anything against that, I'll beat you up.
Ow.
Well, you're used to it, I do it in apples all the time.
Yeah, anyways, on to the video. So in the background you're going to be watching some ThaNinja Black Ops Zombies.
Yeah, just a warning, I haven't played any video games in the last 4 months, so I'm the bottom screen, you're going to see me die like 3-4 times. Four? Well, yeah, the final time doesn't count.
Okay, if you're not counting the final time, then 3.
Yeah. This is a really bad round. It's really short. That's why I picked it. Yeah, short. 17 minutes is really short. Let's go.
For zombies, it's short.
Oh, yeah.
Like your penis.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Stop talking about yourself.
Oh, wow, great comeback. Anyways.
Come back, I'd swipe it off your mom's face. Let's go. Let's talk about zombies.
Okay.
Zombies started out in World of War. You know, it was a bonus thing, you know, after you beat the campaign, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then later on they added DLC and for more maps. You just want to go through the maps real quick?
Sure. So start out with
Nach der Toten.
He's going to be pronouncing all of them because he's German and he knows how to pronounce them. After that, you had
Verrückt.
the Insane Asylum, and then you had Shinonuma.
Yeah, that's Japanese, not German.
Right. Swamp map.
Yeah.
And then you had ThaNinja.
ThaNinja, yeah, that's
right?
pretty good.
And then if you want to talk about Black Ops, then you had
Kino der Toten.
Right, 5, and Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, and Moon. Right. So let's kind of go back and talk about all these maps separately.
Nach der Toten. Really small map, first map. Everyone loved the concept, but you couldn't really go far without the flamethrower glitch, where you get in the second floor, get in behind some invisible wall, just do 360s with a flamethrower the entire time. I've seen people go for like around 100 with that, but with later maps you can do that easily without glitching.
Right.
The main thing about the map was that it was really small.
I think part of the reason why that map was not necessarily set up as well was because I've heard that, this may not be accurate, but what I've heard is that Treyarch had completed the game and they were done. They had already developed World at War. It wasn't really gold yet, but they were
done with the basic code.
Right. And they decided that they wanted something other than a campaign, multiplayer, and co-op campaign. So they just kind of like threw in zombies at the very end and kind of halfway developed Knocked based on the airfield map, I guess, that they had in multiplayer. So they barely had to, they kind of had to change some things, but, you know, other changes were, or most of the changes were pretty small. So that's kind of why that map wasn't wasn't as good as the other maps. And then, you know, you had the Insane Asylum after that.
Yeah, with the split up thing, I didn't like that at all.
Right. I think most Call of Duty players could agree that is the worst map of the zombie series.
5.
Okay, yeah, never mind. For World at War, that's the worst map.
Yeah.
And that's because, you know, you had all these narrow corridors, you couldn't rape train. The big improvement, though, was that they started including perks so you could
stay alive.
Yeah,
you could take up to 6 hits, which are not 6 hits, right?
Is it 6?
I think it's either 6 or 8. I think it's 6.
That sounds high to me.
No. It's 2 regularly and then like triples it.
Okay. So yeah, you could take I guess 6 to 8 hits from zombies, whereas you could normally take 2, and that helped people get through a lot of the rounds. But even then, that wasn't enough because the map setup was so much harder.
Yeah.
And then
came Shinonuma, the original rape train map.
Oh yes, that was
epic. People got up to around 100, and then within like the first month or 2 of that map,
just using that little lake circle.
Yeah, especially with the Wunderwaffe. Wunderwaffe DG2.
Yep.
Die Glocke.
The Wonder Waffle.
The waffle, yeah, it's a waffle. It's a waffle.
And then ThaNinja. which is the map that we're playing right now.
It's just a Black Ops version. See the Galil? It's Black
Yeah,
Ops.
Galil Black Ops. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the map itself, I think, was the best map
best
for what I wore. For what I wore.
Well, it wore, but it's still up there with the best map overall.
Oh yeah, I think overall this comes in second.
Yeah. I mean, where would you put first?
Kino.
Yeah, me too.
Oh wait, where does Dead Ops place in all this?
Dead Ops isn't the map. It's an arcade thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still technically zombies.
It's still technically zombies, but you know, Dead Ops getting to round 5 was an accomplishment.
Well,
no, 15 was an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Or 10 even.
But there is well, okay, I forgot to mention, Shi no Numa is actually where the storyline started, although aspects of the storyline do relate back to the Insane Asylum. Most of the storyline was developed and became, like, people began to see that there was a storyline in Shi no Numa, and then Deriza built on that.
With the characters,
right?
And teleporters, that was a big part. The whole radios and everything that described how the dogs came to exist and why everything is happening with Rick Top and what's her face?
Sam.
Sam, yeah.
Right. And then after that, you know, Black Ops 2 comes along, and they have Kino der Toten, and that is what I, along with a lot of other Call of Duty players, believe to be the best zombies map. And I feel like that probably had the most storyline information in it.
No, Shi no Numa had the most, I think. But Kino was up there, yeah.
Kino was up there.
Yeah.
And then with Kino you also had, I've seen one video that says that there are, like, there are clues to the future maps in Kino, and you know, it's actually a pretty decent theory. When you go, let's say, okay, so you're in the start room, and you're looking, like, if you're standing where you would teleport to from the Pack-a-Punch room,
okay.
So you teleport onto that mainframe thing, and then you're looking down to the stage and power switch.
Yes.
You go left.
Yeah.
And then you take 2 doors, and then you're outside. You're standing outside.
In the alley, okay.
Right, you're in the alley outside. If you go there are posters on the walls, and there are the same posters are all around the map. This is just one of the main locations where I know it is. They have 3 posters. One shows this little guy versus, like, a big devil, and some people will relate that to Ascension, because you have the 2 doctors, or Yuri and whatever his name was, like, they're fighting. One of them's the big guy, the other's the little guy. I mean, they're not, like, fighting, but you know what I mean. And then, after that, they had a German, warboat, or, well, not necessarily a warboat, but, yeah, I think it was a warboat, actually, in, like, an icy water kind of area. And a lot of people relate that to Call of the Dead.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then there was one that actually had, like, two parts of, or, like, 2 different maps in it, because it was one that was, like, pyramids and stuff, which really took me back to Shangri-La, but then the other thing was it showed a girl rising from a pyramid, which reminded me of Samantha when she was rising out of that thing, and she just, like, starts floating there and becomes Rick Toffin and whatever.
Yeah, on the moon.
On Moon. So, you know, Kino had a lot of information in it about, you know, future maps, what they were planning to do, and it also had a lot of storyline, basic information in it with the radios, the secret rooms, like, off to the sides. So yeah, and then after that you had Ascension.
We were forgetting 5, but hey, wait, what? 5, who cares? Let's
Nobody
move on.
cares about 5.
Ascension was nice, I guess. A
Yeah.
PhD flopper, greatest perk of all, right after Juggernaut.
And Mule Kick.
Mule Kick, I don't really think... Mule Kick is just a little fun accessory. That's not really necessary, but especially when you have an upgraded ray gun or Wunderwaffe, PhD flopper is essential.
Yeah, but part of the reason why I say Mule Kick is pretty a very important perk is because it seems like when you get into the longer rounds, you get into the higher rounds, and you have a lot more zombies coming for you per round. And that's when you start to get in trouble with running low on ammo if you're not running a rape train beside a wall gun. So then you have to deal with, like, if you run out of ammo, well, you're fucked. So what are you going to do then? If you have mule kick, you have, or is that what it's called? Yeah, mule kick. Then you have 3 weapons, so you have an entire extra arsenal of ammo to deal with.
Yeah, point taken.
So, although technically mule kick didn't even come into Moon, but they kind of brought it back into some of the other maps.
No, I think it was Moon. Yeah, it was Moon.
Yeah, it was Moon.
No, I know it was Shangri-La. I think I'm pretty sure it was Shangri-La. One of the later maps that I barely played.
Huh. I'll check on that and then we'll talk about it in our next video. Yeah, because by the way, we're doing 2 dual commentaries, both over zombie gameplays. So yeah.
This is just a shorter one, just to warn you.
Right. So that was Ascension. Storyline-wise, it was interesting. You learned a lot about Aether and that kind of stuff. If you did the Easter egg, but you had to do the Easter egg, which was hard as shit.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, that one was kind of... It wasn't obvious. It wasn't something that you could just, like, walk around and click radios and find out part of the storyline.
No, it's just like... Especially, like, the feeling I get from the Black Ops zombies is that they really put a lot more time in the Easter eggs, because they're... With Black Ops, they knew they had this zombie fan base that they had to work with and that wanted story and that was willing to work for that story. So they simply designed it so that they designed the later maps so that they would fit the story rather than the actual zombie gameplay. They started at the beginning and the end of World War II with ThaNinja, but like especially with Black Ops, they really had focused on the story.
Right. And then let's see, what came after Ascension? Was it Call of the Dead?
Yeah.
So then you had Call of the Dead, and really the only part of the storyline that you got out of that was preparation for
the Moon Easter egg.
Well, that and the Shangri-La. Well, no, it didn't have any relation to the Shangri-La, but it was really just preparation for the Moon Easter egg, which was also a bitch.
Oh, yeah. The Moon Easter egg, I would rate as the hardest Easter egg up there, because you had to do all the other products.
Right, definitely. So, you had those. There really wasn't that much storyline in Call of the Dead. It was a pretty good map. I like they had Danny Trejo in it because he's the boss.
But, you know, the thing with George Romero, the entire George Romero deal was really pissing me off at the end of it, because he couldn't really run trains because of him. And, you know, there was this one part just outside the lighthouse that everyone was running a train on because it was quite literally the only part where you could run.
Right. Well, I mean, if you ran a rape train right there, then you actually, if you ran it appropriately, you got George Romero stuck in the center. He would literally just spin in circles.
I know.
Apparently, the man never gets dizzy.
It's George Romero.
Zombified George Romero.
Giant with electric boomstick.
This is my boomstick!
Anyway.
So then, Call of the Dead, after that you had Shangri-La. Horrible map. I'm sorry, it just is. I don't like it.
I've played it once.
It's hard as shit.
Literally, I've played it only once.
It's hard as shit. Although you actually...
Hard does not mean horrible, it's just...
Well, okay. They're kind of... Well, I mean, see, that's the thing, though, like, when a map is hard, then the community deems it as horrible, because they want, like... They want to get to the higher rounds, so then, if they can't, then that's just, like, a letdown for them, and they're like, well, fuck.
Well, yeah, that's the community, though.
Yeah. But, you know, Shangri-La, if you did the Easter egg, you did get a pretty good amount of storyline out of it. You got, I think it was that one where you learned that Rick Toffin had, when he did his teleportation experiment or whatever, when he then he went to Shangri-La, or got teleported to Shangri-La and then back, like, randomly or something. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Well, when Rick Toffin was doing his teleportation experiments, he was teleported, but he wasn't teleported to where he was supposed to go. Instead, he went to Shangri-La and then somehow got teleported back, and when he came back, he had all these stories. I'm pretty sure he also went to the moon at one point, but I'm not completely sure.
That's all storyline. You can do that on the video if you want to.
Right.
If you want any storyline, anyone who's watching this, if you want any good storyline, there's a couple of good people who made that. Rad Austin 27, I think, has a great video on it. It's only up until it's ThaNinja, I think. but then he made update videos for Black Ops in every single map, story updates. And
Right, and then Mr. Dog JD, I think he has some pretty good storyline videos. They're pretty long, and they're split into a bunch of parts, well over 10 at least. And I'm pretty sure that covers from the very beginning, which some people think is Noct, others say it's Varuged. I mainly say it's Shino Numa. I mean, yeah, there were aspects of it that were in Varuged, but, you know, the main storyline started in Shino Numa.
yeah.
But yeah, he starts from the beginning, whatever that means, and goes through Moon, so you get pretty much all of the storyline in there. But then let's see, what were we talking about? We were talking about Shangri-La, right? After Shangri-La, you had Moon, which was the really hard Easter egg.
Yeah, that one, especially, I think that one was a real bitch because,
Right.
you know, the Richtofen character had to have all of Easter eggs completed, which really sucked because when you start a game, you don't know who's going to be Richtofen.
Oh yeah.
And, like, I wasn't in an Xbox Live Party with some people who were doing it. I didn't have the map at the time, but it was basically them raging about why you Richtofen. And then it's a little fun fact that no one knows: if you exit a game and you don't quit the lobby, the character's assignment is going to be the same. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to start a new lobby, maybe a new host and everything.
Right. And then, but I mean, you got a pretty decent amount of storyline out of it. I mean, it really finished up the storyline more or less. You definitely had some loose strings left, but, you know, I think that's why they're bringing zombies back for Black Ops 2.
Oh, look, we're at the end of the game. We can go into further detail in our next commentary, right?
Right, so we're going to talk about this a little bit more in the next commentary. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. We'll see you next time.